What's going on, world? It's your boy Gemini Brown here, back with another episode of Nalo Picking Knowledge. Today, we'll be taking a look at this week's forecast, seeing what the stars have in store for us. So, let's get into it. As always, shout out to all the Aries celebrating birthdays this week. Pay close attention to this energy, as it'll be with you all year long. Now, we're coming off of a new moon in Aries, which is the first new moon of this astrological year, giving us the renewed sense of drive, and we're really ready to just hit the ground running. The ruler of Aries, Mars, is coming off a square with Uranus and Taurus, which was one of tension, which is one of rebellious acts, right? And now we have Mars approaching a exact conjunction with Saturn. And what this speaks of is what this offers. It offers a lot. It offers focused effort. Mars is the soldier. Mars is our drive. Ultimately, where am I going? How am I getting what I want? And it loves coming into contact with Saturn, because Saturn is like, hey, slow down. Let me show you something. Let's develop a plan. Let's make this route more efficient. Now, in speaking in the sense of the transit, we have to go back to our natal Mars to see that natural temperament and are we patient and things of that nature. If you have developed those things thus far, this can be a really, really powerful time for you, because you kind of know it's not about acting just to act, even though we just talked about it with the Aries energy. But if you tune into this conjunction, it tells you when, right? And now in this part of the cycle, which is typically, very, very good for just going at it, I feel like the conversation here is telling us to kind of just look at everything, and like pick a direction. It's almost like there can be four really good paths to go down, and you're like, all right, naturally I feel like going down this one, but if you just take a little time to think about where each path leads, it makes the journey more efficient. All right, so we're focused effort. The next part of it, which is always going to feel this way, it's going to feel limiting for some, and just depending on where you are. And if you kind of feel limited or ungrounded right now, you want to get back to that root chakra. And with it being spring right now, getting those feet in the ground, reestablishing that connection with nature. Okay. So the next part is going to feel heavy. Once again, we could get, because this Mars is in the air, the ideas can be coming, but we may find mental limitations like, I'm not going to do this because, or that's not going to work, right? So this part of it is kind of having to will yourself past any doubt and know and get to that point of Aries of courage. Okay, so what I've kind of seen with people right now, like, is people don't want to feel down and out, and they're kind of like, damn, I want to be motivated, but I don't feel it, right? And you just have to allow yourself the grace to be, and then keep the focus towards what you don't give up, essentially, and the energy will pass. So once this Mars gets a bit in front of Saturn and keeps on moving on, things are going to get, a lot lighter in that regard. At the same time, we got the nodes here. Squaring this, specifically Saturn. And simply put, y'all, this is a check-in point with your foundation. Uranus and Taurus is a money grab out here. It's allowing us or forcing us to cultivate new ways of establishing currency and financial independence, freedom these days. Okay? Now, with Saturn, with the square in Saturn is the discipline or the structure that goes into achieving that. With the square right now, we can want to cut corners, particularly because it's Aquarius. And it's like we are in the age of information. And there's a lot of information out here. There's a lot of ways to do a lot of things or find out how to do things. And anybody could be anything. So remember, Mars is conjunct Saturn. And just like I would read into someone's natal chart, you need to learn patience. You are not supposed to be doing too much. But this square here is triggering that feeling of like, oh, I know what I want, but I kind of want to cut the corners. Or mind you, even in seeking to advance out here, we may run into these things because it's just kind of the way the world is set up. I guess what I want to tell you is like choose authenticity or choose the not long route, but when you're working with Saturn, things take time. So the next part about this, depending on where it could be happening for you, is that, and remember the South Node is being squared here too. Where is that South Node? It's Scorpio. So with us approaching this Jupiter-Neptune conjunction, let's just be real, people. There's a lot of escapist behavior that we need to put away. Okay? Things are being amplified. Not even just escapist behavior or desires that are not serving. Thought forms that are not serving. Okay? Habits. If this is your 6th house, everyday things within your everyday routine. If it's in your 12th house, that the escapist shit. If it's in your 11th house, associations not serving. What's not serving the structure? What's blocking that? And whatever it is, it's been doing that. So then going to the Pisces energy, you have the wisdom. You have the understanding to get out of your own way. And that's essentially just really how it is, you know? Venus. I'm sorry. Venus going into Pisces. Oh my God. This is where awareness is good, people. This is my personal advice. It's gonna feel great. Venus is exalted in Pisces. Aries season is a time, people don't talk about this a lot, but you're more relationship minded in Aries season than you are in Libra season. Aries gives you the confidence to want to date and want to go out there and explore. Okay? So with Venus and Pisces right now, it can be a distraction. So we get too caught up in the hopeless romantic side of Venus, we lose a key opportunity to cultivate self-love. And we just talked about exalted planets, or I made a video about exalted planets the other day. And I encourage you to ponder for yourself why Venus is exalted within Pisces. And many people was like, oh, it's because, I'm going to find my soulmate and things like that. Maybe more so because you are your soulmate or the best one you can think of. Okay? But on a more serious note, you want to really become devoted these next few weeks. Devoted to something. And start with yourself and your spirit, and then see where that trickles out into. But I just see, the way I understand and feel energy is like, it's going to be a really cool time, man. It's going to be a time where it's like spring, so people are coming alive again. And there is a lot of distractions out here. And I might talk about it or whatever, but there's a plethora of other, spiritual beings who advise you on these things. But don't get caught up too much in the sauce. All right? There's a human side and a spirit side, and there's a need to be an observer and not be attached to either. Okay? So, This is my interpretation of this week's forecast.